What's up everyone? So for this video, I pre-recorded a few clips before the upgrades of this completely stock and then with the luggage rack and spare tire to see how they compare. And then after that, I put the Treal wheels on with these tires and see how it does with the rack and the spare, nothing else done to it. And now we're going to try it with all the upgrades. For those of you that don't know, before the Bang RC gear upgrades and with the rack and the spare, this RC weighed 247 grams. Now after all the upgrades with the sliders, the metal axles, wheels, tires, all that, it now weighs 374 grams. So it added quite a bit of weight, but it's mostly low. That makes quite a bit of a difference. I will let you know that the motor got pretty overheated in the last video with the tracks on this thing. So it is a little weak. I'm honestly kind of surprised it's running at all, but you'll see my reaction to that as the video goes. So yeah, enjoy everyone. So this is before the roof rack and the spare tire on the back. We're gonna see how far it'll lean. Not very far. Let's try that again. And over we go. Now let's try the climbing. First, we'll see about getting over this. These stock tires are not very good. There we go. Now let's try this hill. It couldn't make this before when I tried it out of the box. We'll see if it'll do it. Let's see if we can go straight. No. Obviously it's not going to make that, so we'll go up this where we know it'll go. That way we can compare after the weight of the rack and the spare tires on here. So here's another spot it had a lot of trouble with. Here's the last spot. We know for a fact it'll make this in box stock form without the weight of the rack and spare tire on it. No problem at all. Now let's put those on and see how it does after that. Let's try this spot again now that we've got the spare tire and the roof rack on here. I am going to have to modify that spare tire mount so that that particular spare doesn't stick out so far. Oh, it still does it. That's surprising. Now we've got the spare tire and the luggage rack on here. Let's see how much easier it flips. We'll go for one more try. Definitely flips a little bit easier. Now let's try to go up it. Almost flipped on the way down there. Now let's try this spot just for the heck of it. I'm sure the weight of that spare is just going to make it want to flip backwards more. Definitely. So let's try this spot. We know it's not going to make it up the other one, especially with the added weight up high. Oh, look at that. It's making this harder too. There we go. Still doable, it's just much harder. So let's try this spot one more time now that it's got the rack and the spare tire on it, and you'll see how it affects it. See, it didn't flip like that before. So even that little bit of weight is going to affect your center of gravity a lot if you don't compensate. So same test here, only this time I have the heavy Treal wheels and my Rock Creeper tires on here with Crawler Innovations soft Little Nova foams. And it still goes over relatively easy, but this is just wheels and tires. That's still pretty good, a lot better than it was. Now up this. Didn't have to hop or nothing. Now for the hard part. Let's try it up this and see how it does. Can it make it even with the spare tire? By just putting different wheels and tires on it? Yep, it made it. See, wheels and tires can make a big difference alone. So of course we got to try this hill again. See how it does with the heavy wheels and better tires. And then we'll put the metal axles and everything on here and see how that does. See, it makes it now. Along with the brass diff covers and all that. For you guys, it'll just be a second. For me, I'm doing that tomorrow in the morning. Okay, so you've seen how it did with those little changes versus stock. Let's see how it does with the metal axles and all the brass parts on it. So far, so good. What about going back? Nice. No problem at all. Now let's see if we can get up this hill now. Yep, always got to give it a little hop with small tires though. Okay, let's see about getting up and down this hill real quick. This poor motor was overheated so bad with the tracks, I'm surprised it's even working. Oh, getting a little wild. What about going up this spot on the dirt? Not exactly what I had in mind, but it did make it. going to take the same spot as the deadbolt if I can. And for sure, definitely can. Wow, it actually made that. So as you can see, these upgrades make quite the difference. And I actually have a couple more things to put on it. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever I post. And be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you all in the next one. TTFN.